Hello everybody, this is Kirby over yonder, and welcome to my brand new series, Review-O-Rama. No, I couldn't think of a better title, where I take a random episode of Futurama and review it. Futurama is one of my favorite cartoons, and for a while now I've been trying to think of a way to talk about it. I originally wanted to do a ranking video like I've done for The Simpsons, but considering the fact that what episodes belong in what seasons for Futurama is kinda confusing, I think this format works a lot better. Today's episode is 31st Century Fox, an episode that I find to be fine, but kinda underdeveloped. The episode centers around Bender standing up against robot animal hunting. I feel like Bender caring about life outside of his own is something that we've seen before. It reminds me a lot of the time he tried to protect the turtles. Except with that episode, there's a nice through line between Bender and the turtle, where both of them have a hard time getting up off their backs. I guess the through line here is that they're both robots. I mean, to be fair, we have seen Bender stick up for robot rights before, but I'd still prefer if it was something a little bit more specific. Also, can we talk about Leela in this episode, because boy does she flip-flop. She goes from being okay with the robot Fox killings because they're not living beings, to being completely against it for absolutely no reason, to wanting to freaking murder the thing because it ripped up her sign, to once again being against it for no reason. Her opinion changes so fast, and the episode doesn't really do a good job explaining why it changes. I suppose that was intentional considering the joke at the end, but while that joke was funny, it doesn't really change the fact that Leela's character was written really weirdly in this episode. It sorta reminds me of how wishy-washy they make Lisa's character in a lot of recent Simpsons episodes. Actually, I feel like there's some missed potential in there for an interesting Bender versus Leela conflict, where Bender is protesting against robo-fox hunting and Leela is for it. Then maybe in the third act, Leela sides with Bender and they both team up against the robo-fox hunters. Again, what we got was fine, but I feel like this would have been more interesting. But speaking of jokes I did enjoy, they get a lot of creative gags out of robot animals acting like regular animals. The robot pig turning into robot sausage in particular is pretty amusing to me. Also, that two paths joke was pretty dang hilarious. I just love the fact that Bender spent half an hour thinking about which path would be better. It's easily the best joke in the episode. The twist that the Huntmaster was actually a robot the whole time didn't really do anything for me. I mean, I didn't see it coming, but it doesn't really change anything about his character. It just kind of felt like a twist that was there so the episode could have a twist. Overall, it's not a bad episode, but like a lot of the Comedy Central episodes, it's one that isn't too memorable and I never really find myself wanting to go back to. There's nothing frustratingly bad about it, but there's also nothing exceptionally good about it either. It's a very middling episode. Kirby out.